on I-24 News. I'm Oded Gober. Thanks for joining me. Today on our program, we'll talk to a graphic designer about her first solo exhibition. We take a look at the trend of biospas. And we'll hear about HBO's new slate of shows. Aurore Vigne is a graphic designer and illustrator born in Paris, currently living and working in Israel. She's displaying her first solo exhibition titled Smile at the French Institute in Tel Aviv, and I'm very happy to have her here in the studio to tell us all about it. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, what's the exhibition about?
The exhibition, first of all, takes place in the French Institute of Tel Aviv, which is inaugurating its new library called La Closerie de l'Institut Français.
All right.
So we're doing
So it's a new space.
It's a new space,
right.
And Roselyne Derry, the director of the French Institute, wanted this hall coming up to this library to be a space for artists with the link with French culture or francophonie.
Yeah.
And
the first chosen was?
Exactly, and I am the first artist to be invited to show. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah.
And
I can see why she chose it. So what's the theme of the exhibition?
The exhibition is called Smile, which is actually the name of one of the illustration. Okay. And I choose this one, and I choose this work because it represents quite well the concept of the exhibition, which is when two graphic elements are meeting and create a surprise. And this surprise brings an idea, an emotion, or sometimes just a smile, which is for me the best gift already from the spectator.
Now you work, obviously you do commercial work as well. You worked in France for quite known clients, and you work in Israel as well for artists mostly. But these are works that you did for yourself, am I right?
Yes, exactly. It's with no clients, or everybody is a client in a way. The spectator is the one who is...
And the way you approach works, this kind of work and commercial work, is there a big difference? There is
a difference because those illustrations is the result of many years, sometimes, of thinking and analyzing ideas, and with no purpose of selling any product. Right. So it's a total freedom.
Do you feel it gives you more freedom to do what you want?
Of course. Right. This freedom can be a little bit scary
sometimes.
Exactly.
It's freedom, but on the other hand, when we have parameters to work within, sometimes that brings out something special.
This is why exhibitions are very important, to put a point at the end of the
at the end of the
thinking.
Thought. Right. Now, last year you took part in something called Urban Sketchers that was taking place in Tel Aviv. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, for the week of illustration, and this year my exhibition will end at the end of the illustration week. But last year I organized with Marina Greshanik, who opened this group in Israel, the exhibition of Urban Sketchers Israel. And this year it will be also in the program.
And what is this idea?
This idea is it's a group of people who like to draw on location in the city, to draw from observation, the city, but also the people, stories, things that are happening in front of their eyes. And when you sit half an hour to do a drawing, many things are happening. People are coming to see, or some events, So it's a beautiful way to tell about your environment, or your travel also. If you do travel sketchbooks, it's the same idea.
It sounds great. Now, did you do this in Paris as well, or this
Of course, I do that everywhere I can. I can travel.
Now, working a little bit, just because we're almost out of time, but working in France versus working in Tel Aviv, is it? I mean, you are still you, so I'm sure there are similarities. But are there differences? Are there obvious differences as well?
It's important to try to adapt yourself, of course, to the client, because you try to adjust your creation to the demand, to the brief. So there's no difference in that way. Yeah. Right now, people are different, of course, and when you ask a graphic designer to do a work, it's also because of his style and his way of approaching the question.
Well, either way, we're very happy to have you here working in Israel as well as in France. Well, once again, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
All right. The trend of organic food and natural ingredients has taken over our kitchens, that's for sure, and restaurants as well. Now, natural spas are becoming more and more popular, promising to take even better care of our bodies completely naturally. Sandy Foltis went to visit some of these spas, returned to us healthy and relaxed.
Bio, healthy, 100% organic and natural is a growing trend. The awakening of environmental awareness and the increase in organic food production. Now spas are also going green, and the natural spa is a hit.
All of our products are natural, from natural ingredients. We use for our massages, we use almonds oil. We have shea butters, a few kinds of shea butters that are also from natural ingredients.
In Tel Aviv, Israel, the spa for women only is dedicated to the well-being applied to the maximum. Mobile phones are prohibited and products are 100% natural.
We have also our own line with Dr. Dabur, Kula and Dr. Dabur line. And we offer oil and also creams that are all from natural ingredients. They're all made in Israel.
Packed with homemade products, this spa is situated minutes away from Jerusalem. Housed in this five-star hotel, the concept mixes well-being with wine.
In our treatments, also the body treatments, the massages, and also the facial treatments, we use the grape and its ingredients. The grape has a quality to be an antioxidant, and it's something with very high qualities that are anti-aging. So we use them for the body peelings, for example, for the massages, and also for the facial.
Relax respecting nature. The concept is a hit. A new asset for the Israeli luxury hotel industry.
The hotel is a spa resort, meaning that people know that they come here and they mainly come for the spa. We have, of course, a fine dining and a lot of sports activities, but we are called the spa resort, and most of the people come here for the spa.
Here, too, the motto is just connecting with the real world. Cell phones are not allowed in public areas. Peace and quiet reign. All the products used here are natural. And healthy activities like sports, yoga, meditation, forest walks, or gardening workshops are always followed by healthy meals. Everything here is carefully checked before being labeled as healthy.
At the restaurant, we have a lot of health food. If you will see in the menu, you will see that everything is broken down to the vitamins and minerals that are inside. And basically, we are treating the whole of the body.
Holy Spirit in a holy natural body in an organic environment. This is a growing life doctrine. So what are you waiting for to give it a try?
In Mexico, the government is proving powerless in protecting its citizens against the murderous drug cartels. It's an ongoing war in which more than 80,000 people have already died. Some Mexican citizens have decided to take the law into their own hands. That is the subject of a new documentary. Shachar Peled has more.
Despite its title, the new documentary Cartel Land focuses not on the violent and murderous drug cartels of Mexico, but rather on the two modern-day vigilante movements fighting them.
What this film is about is men and women who are rising up, taking up arms to fight against evil. And it's about two different groups, a group in Arizona and a group here in Michoacan in Mexico.
American filmmaker Matthew Heineman presented his new film in Mexico City, where the violent Knights Templar drug cartel and others have wreaked havoc in the region for years. Heineman followed both José Mireles, a small-town Mexican physician leading the Autodefensas, a citizen uprising group that tries to bring vigilante justice to a society where institutions have failed, and Tim Naylor Foley, a U.S. veteran who heads a small paramilitary group called Arizona Border Recon, whose goal is to stop Mexico's drug wars from seeping across the border into the infamous desert corridor known as Cocaine Alley. The film, which has already won top prizes at the 2015 Sundance Film Festival, was produced by filmmaker Catherine Bigelow, known for her exploration of fights between good and evil in award-winning films such as The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30.
I really hope that this film shows people a world that they sort of know about, but shows it firsthand, and that the film starts a very important dialogue.
With unprecedented access, wearing bulletproof vests and facing extremely dangerous situations, including visiting what he described as Breaking Bad-like meth labs in the middle of the desert, Heineman delved into the ageless question of whether it is acceptable to take the law into one's own hands and bring another brand of justice to a dark and treacherous society.
In a moment, we'll check out what new shows HBO has to offer. But first, here's our cultural recommendation for today.
Josephus Augustus Knip was in the early years of the 19th century a young Dutch painter when he received a scholarship that would lead him to Italy in November of 1805 to a residence of 3 years in Rome. Here he was fascinated by the Roman ruins and the history behind them. He will then paint 80 paintings that would fall into obscurity. But his watercolor modern astonishment remains a subject of an exhibition at the famous Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. You can discover the fine lines and delicate colors of Knip all summer.
And now I'm joined in the studio by the editor of The Tube, Yaron Tenbrink.
Hi.
Hi, Yaron. How are you?
Very good.
We're going to be talking about HBO and their new season. Ever since Game of Thrones has finished its season, they have to come up with new stuff.
Yeah, you know, they don't have seasons. They have like a bunch of series. They basically launch it on the same week. 3 new ones now. And let's start with True Detective 2, Season 2 of True Detective. You know, Season 1 was very pretentious and very successful, very unique series. Everybody was looking forward to Season 2 because it's supposed to be a completely different cast, different story.
And it is!
And it is! And everybody are shocked.
And everybody's like, really disappointed.
But it's not the same. It's not the same series. And everybody knew it's going to happen. Everybody is still kind of...
I don't remember any show that there's such a huge difference between the first season and the second season.
Well, Fargo is going in the same direction. It's like a new thing, anthology series. American Horror is also that kind of a series. Every season is a completely different story. Some of the actors return in different characters in these kind of series, and it's kind of a new way to make.
So what do you think about season 2?
I thought it was pretty good, actually, and episode 2 is kind of amazing with a really wow spoiler moment that I won't mention. I think you have to give it time. You know, Vince Vaughn, Colin Farrell. It's supposed to work, and I want to remind everybody that nobody thought Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson are going to work a year ago. So we have to wait at least a few episodes to know where this is going.
I don't know. Vince Vaughn is just, it's like he's so money and he doesn't even know it.
Yeah.
All right, what else do you have?
This is amazing. It's a series called The Brink. and it stars Jack Black.
Speaking of film stars on TV.
Exactly. It stars Jack Black and Tim Robbins, and it's this really kind of quirky comedy about like an international crisis in Pakistan, and it's supposed to be hilarious. You know, the director of the first episode is Jay Roach, who was the brain behind Austin Powers. It's really supposed to work, and it's on HBO, so your expectations are high. But the first episode was a disaster. It was so bad and so sad. It looked like a 90s movie.
But let's give it time as well.
You know, that's my advice on any new series. You have to give it time. You can't know anything.
We're almost out of time, so very quickly, let's talk about Ballers.
Ballers, starring Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, formerly from the WWE. It's this kind of, you know, entourage, Sex and the City.
Yeah.
So imagine like the same idea, but inside the football world, the professional football world.
Sounds actually quite promising.
It's like this cool dude series.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're out of time, so thank you all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Please join us again.